Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and on tap today I've got a great weight loss workout for beginners. Now we're going full body cardio and strength, which means that you're going to need a set of dumbbells that feels like the right amount of challenge for you. Now today is a full class, which means I've got a great thorough warm-up as well as a cool down and lots of sweat in between. So my friends, when you're ready for this one, grab your dumbbells and let's go. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. Now, here's what it looks like today. I've got my handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 20 seconds. And truly, the reason we are using a timer today is so that I don't have to count. We're moving at a gentle pace for the entire workout, even the cardio parts and especially this warm-up part. We're gonna get started with some arm circles with high knees. Now, the 20-second interval for some of the intervals is gonna feel really long, depending on what exercise we're doing, and some of the intervals is gonna feel really short. So don't worry about trying to keep up with me. Don't worry about trying to move at a certain pace. When it beeps again, we're going to do arm crossers with booty kickers, by the way. I'm suspecting that for the warm-up that it's actually going to feel kind of fast. We're going to go through these warm-up exercises. I've just got a couple of them. We're actually going to go through the warm-up exercises 3 times to make sure that we're really warmed up and ready for it. Now, coming up next, we're going to do something that I call the letter K, which means that we're going to have both hands up overhead. We're going to move one hand out to one side while that same leg is kicking out to that side, and then on the other side, hands meeting at the top in the middle. This is a little bit faster moving. We're getting that heart rate up gently, practicing some balance moves, warming up our shoulders, warming up our hips and knees, warming up our abs with this one. When it beeps again, here we go with those arm circles with high knees again. Oh my goodness, already feeling the coordination today. When it beeps again, we're going to do those arm crossers with the booty kickers. Now, I'll tell you that the warm-up is actually, weirdly, moving almost faster than the actual workout will. During the workout, there we go with arm crossers and booty kickers. During the actual workout, we're going to get rest periods. We're going to do 2 cardio exercises in a row, and then we'll rest. And then we're going to do 1 strength exercise. When it beeps again, we're going to do those letter Ks. There's going to be a fair amount of rest. Here we go with the letter K. It's the letter K on one side and the letter not K on the other. This is our second time through these warm-up exercises. We're going to go through each of them one more time to really make sure that our muscles, our heart and lungs, our whole body is ready for this workout today. So here we go with arm circles and high knees for the last time. If you do feel that you're not quite ready for the workout, first of all, what we're going to do is after these 3 exercises, we're actually going to take 20 seconds of rest. But if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can scrub back and do a little bit more of the warm-up. Here we go with arm crossers with booty kickers. I do like to make sure that you're plenty warmed up before we get going. We are starting with a cardio exercise though. So if you need to, you can take the first couple of exercises at a little bit gentler pace. And in fact, I'm probably the only trainer in the whole world, here we go with letter Ks for the last time, who actually encourages you to do a gentler pace. And I'm going to encourage you to do that a lot today. There's absolutely no reason why we have to push hard. Today is a weight loss workout. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest. Today is a weight loss workout, and what I want that to feel like, doing a little bit of tappers. Okay, my heart rate totally came up. We're going to get started with some swinging arm tappers, which is a lot like what we're doing right here, except that we're going to get our arms into it a lot bigger and tap a little bit wider. When we're trying to lose weight, it doesn't do us a whole lot of good. So here we go with swinging arm tappers. Just tapping your feet from side to side, swinging your arms from side to side. Now, when it beeps, we're going to go into a box step, which means that we're going to step forward while punching one arm up, that same side, arm up. And then we're going to step forward with the other leg and other hand, and then step back. So forward, forward, back, back. And then changing feet. This one does have a distinct leader leg, so we're trying to change each time. I know, it's not easy. This is about as coordinated as we're getting today, thank goodness. When it beeps again, we are going to get 20 seconds of rest. Okay, go ahead and grab your dumbbells, because coming up for our first strength exercise, something I call the letter X. It's because we're gonna make the letter X with our arms. Knees are soft but strong. Core is pulled in tight. We're gonna keep our arms straight, but our elbows are not locked. We're gonna have both hands go up, overhead, out to the side, meet back in the middle, and then out to the side on the bottom, squeezing from your upper back. Pull them big and pull them low, making the letter X. There's the top of the letter X and then the bottom of the letter X. I know, not gonna get a ton of these done. Go ahead and move your dumbbells completely out of the way. Coming up next, we're gonna do 2 more cardio exercises. Coming up first is toy soldiers. We're gonna have our hands overhead, reaching our opposite hand towards our opposite foot that's kicking up in the air. I've got my hands up in the air for no good reason right now, other than it was definitely raising my heart rate. Every time your hands are up overhead, your heart rate is coming up. Moving at a pace that feels good to you. You guys, when it beeps again, we're gonna do a little side shuffle with a kick on the end of it. So we're gonna shuffle to the side and then do a little bit of side kick. Shuffle, shuffle, and kick. Shuffle, shuffle, and kick. Warming up that balance, really feeling our inner and outer thighs with this one. This lateral motion, so different than our body is used to going. Might take a little bit of mental brain power on this one too, that's all right. And then 20 seconds of rest. Go ahead and grab 1 dumbbell. Coming up next, we're gonna do overhead to high knees, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're gonna raise the dumbbell up overhead. As it comes down, we're bringing up 1 high knee at a time. This is really good standing abs work, working our balance, also our shoulders, and I know you're gonna feel it in your standing leg too. Now, depending on the weight of your dumbbell, you might be real tempted to go kind of fast. You don't need to. This is strength work. We're thinking about pulling in that core, using excellent form, standing up straight, chest is out. All right, you guys, 20 seconds of rest. You know, I mentioned that some of these intervals are gonna feel really fast and some of them really slow. Coming up next, we're gonna do something I call punch, punch, kick. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna punch, punch, and kick. And then we're gonna use our other leader hand, punch, punch, and kick with the other side. Punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. Now, depending on how strong your legs are, how flexible you are, you might be getting really high kicks. I am not. That's totally okay. Wherever you can kick to is fine with me. Coming up next is booty kicker jacks. Our hands are swinging like jumping jacks, but we are not jumping today. We're doing those booty kickers with our feet. Nice and big with those hands, really bringing your heart rate up. Great job. Whew, really feeling this work now. You guys, when it beeps again, there we go with 20 seconds of rest. Okay, go ahead and grab both dumbbells. You're going to put the dumbbells just about on your shoulder here. We're going to come into not a squat because there is no squatting today, but a little bit of a half squat. You're going to get your knees bent a little. Feet are kind of close together because from here we're just going to step back and step back. I call these squatty step backs because that's exactly what we're doing. We're a little bit squatted and stepping back. Do you feel that work in your booty? I know I do. The dumbbells on your shoulders are actually kind of holding you down in this semi-squatted position. And 20 seconds of rest. Go ahead and get those dumbbells completely out of the way, you guys. Coming up next, it's our last set of cardio exercises. We're going to get started with something I call goofy jacks, which again is a little bit of a half squat. And then as we come up, your hands are doing a jumping jack motion, but only one of your feet is going out at a time. We are absolutely not jumping today, but I know you feel it. Our heart rate is up, up, up. You know, you can get a great low impact but high intensity workout when it beeps again. Gonna do something I call forward hinge arm flappers because we are hinging forward at the waist while flapping our arms. So you're bending over, but not really bending. Your back is straight, your head and chest are still up and out. Basically, you're pushing your hips back and hips forward while flapping those arms. And you know why we practiced that move, 20 seconds of rest right now, is because now you're gonna grab those dumbbells and we're gonna do deadlifts. Deadlifts are that exact same motion, that forward hinge arm flapper. You're gonna have your palms facing your thighs, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And all we're gonna do is push our hips back and pull our hips forward, really thinking about squeezing those hamstrings and glutes to really power this motion. Your back is flat, your head is up, your chest is out, shoulders are nice and straight, not rounding forward. And now we get 20 seconds of rest and we get to do that all again. You guys, you did such a great job on the first circuit. We're gonna start again with our cardio moves, those swinging arm tappers plus the box step when it beeps. We've got a couple seconds here to catch our breath. I know this is a fast moving workout today, and that's actually why I told you numerous times to take this at a nice moderate pace. Part of it is for your heart rate. I want you to be able to get through the whole workout, and part of it truly is because moving faster and doing more and going so intensely that it's crazy and you're dripping with sweat. Here's our box step. Isn't necessarily going to help you lose weight. You know, I know we all think we have to move more and eat less, but truly what you need to do to lose weight is be consistent. And the more crazy you go with your workouts, 20 seconds of rest, the harder it is to be consistent with them. So when we move moderately, we could do stuff like this every single day. You guys, go ahead and grab your dumbbells because here comes the letter X's. I know this is actually, arguably, the hardest of the strength exercises. I did that on purpose. I wanted to get it out of the way. Knees are soft but strong, core is pulled in tight. Up for the top of the letter X and down for the bottom of the letter X. Up, elbows are soft but strong, core is pulled in tight, and we are squeezing from the middle of your back, right where you fasten your bra. Oh, that's where we're squeezing from. But not too many times. 20 seconds of rest right now, and you guys, we're gonna get going again with cardio, with toy soldiers paired with those side shuffle side kicks. The toy soldiers, we're gonna have our hands up in the air, reaching our opposite hand towards our opposite kicking foot. I know, a little bonus high heart rate there while we were waiting on the rest. Once you have your hands up overhead, it's weird how even standing still, I could feel the effort of having my hands up overhead. Make sure you give yourself just a couple of feet of space here. Gotta do those side shuffles with the side kick next. Shuffle, shuffle, and kick. Shuffle, shuffle, and kick. Okay, now that my heart rate's up, this side kick got a whole lot tougher. That's what happens as we work out. Everything gets a little bit tougher. Balance work, keeping our hands up, keeping our core in, 20 seconds of rest. That's actually why I made sure that there's enough rest in today's workout that you can really manage your heart rate. Go ahead and grab one dumbbell. We're doing overhead to high knees. Now, I keep telling you to grab one dumbbell. The fact is, if you want to grab more than one, if you want to grab both of them, you totally can, but you don't have to. Lifting heavy is good for you. I'd love it if this felt the right amount of challenging today, but you don't want to have something so heavy that you can't keep your core in, can't keep your balance, can't get your biceps right next to your ears. This overhead to high knees, there's a lot going on there. 20 seconds of rest right now. Go ahead and get those dumbbells completely out of the way. Coming up next, we've got a punch kick. So we're going to set ourselves with our feet kind of close together because this is balance work. Core is pulled in tight. We're ready for that punch kick. If you want to add some more kind of bouncing to it, you totally can. You know, you can always make my workouts harder, and you can always make them at least a little bit easier, especially with a timer workout like this. You're welcome to go at whatever pace works for you. You might be knocking out these punch kicks. And here we go with booty kicker jacks. Hands are flapping like jumping jacks without jumping at all, and feet are kicking our own booty. Feeling like a good booty kick today though, right? Not too much, just enough. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest. Whew, doggies, okay. Okay, my heart rate is up. I'm starting to feel that cumulative effect. Go ahead and grab both of those dumbbells for the squatty step backs. This is what we were talking about. No matter how moderate you go, your heart rate is gonna be up. We're coming into that half of a squatted position, dumbbells on your shoulders, step back, step back. As you step back, squeeze that butt. This is glute work. I know you feel it in your thighs too, honestly. I'm actually feeling it a little bit in my arms from this held position. The biceps are working right now too. All right. 20 seconds of rest. Make sure those dumbbells are all the way out of the way, especially if you're working out barefoot like I am. I don't want to accidentally kick those. Coming up next, we're doing our goofy jacks plus the forward hinge arm flappers. So goofy jack is just a little bit of a half squat. Your knees are barely bent. If that hurts your knees, doesn't feel good on your knees, feels like too much, you don't have to do the squatting part. Feel free to do just modified jumping jacks. The squat truly is just for a little bit of toning, a little bit more than we were doing anyways. You don't have to do more than this. Forward hinge arm flappers. Flap those hands. Push your booty back. Pull your booty forward. Back is super duper straight. Shoulders are up. Chest is out. Head is up. We're not bending forward. We're not trying to touch the ground. Goodness gracious, no. We're just thinking about those hips. 20 seconds of rest. Grab your dumbbells because here comes our last strength exercise in this circuit. I know. This is the end of our second circuit. We're only doing 3 today. Nice and simple. Not too long of a workout. Go ahead and have your palms facing your thighs. Back is straight. Core is pulled in. This is not cardio, this is strength, so we're not trying to move fast. No flapping our arms this time. Whew, just pushing those hips back, coming down in a deadlift, pulling up. This is all booty all the time, except now it's all rest all the time. Go ahead and get the dumbbells out of the way. And my friends, here we go with round 3. How are you feeling? Feel free to take a sip of water before we get going with those swinging arm tappers again. Feel free to take it slower or faster, whatever feels good to you on our final circuit here. Swinging those hands. And as I mentioned, the higher your hands go, the higher your heart rate goes. So if you need to keep them down low, just a small tap, totally okay. You've done great. We are on the home stretch now. So when it beeps again, I'm gonna do that box step. Stepping forward while punching up, stepping back while punching down. Not really punching down, but bringing your hand back down. Trying really hard to change leader legs. This is a lot of coordination for me. So don't worry about following me exactly. You do you. As long as you're moving and getting your hands up over your head, you're doing great. 20 seconds of rest, and here we go with the letter X's. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. You might continue a little bit of tapping. I know my heart rate has come up. I'm starting to really feel all the cardio that we've done. Make sure your knees are soft but strong. Core is pulled in tight. Here we go with the letter X, the top part. Whew, and the bottom part. Not super high volume of exercises today, but my goodness, here on round 3, I'm really feeling how heavy these dumbbells are. If you need to change weights, well, if you need to change weights, do it now. When you get these out of the way, we've got 20 seconds of rest, and coming up next is toy soldiers paired with those side shuffle kicks. So the toy soldiers are going to have hands up overhead, reaching your opposite hand towards your opposite kicking foot. Now, I have specifically used the phrase reaching for. I don't necessarily want you to touch your toe. As you can see, if I could touch anything, it might be my knee. When you're trying to think about your hand touching your toe, it really curls you forward. I would much rather have your head up, your chest up, your body upright. Here we go with that side shuffle, side kick, side shuffle, side kick. Nice job. Shuffle, shuffle, and kick. Oh my goodness, I feel myself knocking myself off of balance here. This didn't get easier on round 3. That's so weird, but we're almost done with it for the last time. 20 seconds of rest. Grab 1 or 2 dumbbells if you'd like to for overhead to high knees coming up next. Whew. I tell you what, really thinking about pulling in your core at this point. As your heart rate comes up, your body stops knowing what it's doing. So really focus on pulling in that core, hands up overhead, down to one high knee, and then the other high knee. Good job. We're not moving fast. This is strength. Thinking about good form, getting your biceps all the way up next to your ears every single time. And 20 seconds of rest. What a great job you're doing. Coming up next, get to do that punch kick plus the booty kickers. Really? Feeling sweaty now. How about you? The punch kick. You can feel free to keep tapping your feet if you would like to, or we can just stand, kind of get a good stance with it and get a little bit more power out of that kick. Totally up to you, the way you'd like to do this. It's all about having a nice high heart rate while making sure that we've still got good form and using our brains. I'm sorry, speaking of not using my brains, booty kicker jacks right now, but using your brain to figure out how to moderate your heart rate was what I was trying to say there. Making sure that you're keeping it an effort that you can sustain the entire time, because my friends, we're coming up on near the end of this workout already. 20 seconds of rest right now. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're doing squatty step backs next. Go ahead and put those dumbbells just right there on your shoulders. We're gonna have a half of a squat. Actually, all I think about when I do this half squat is putting my butt behind me. I'm not really thinking about squatting. When you think about squatting as pushing your hips back, here we go with that step back, rather than just trying to get down to the ground. It really helps your knees stay safe when we keep our hips back behind our ankles. That's how we can make our knees stronger, actually. Go ahead and get those dumbbells out of the way. We've got 20 seconds of rest right now, and my friends, here we are on our last pair of cardio exercises. We're gonna get started with goofy jacks with either a squat or without, paired with those forward hinge arm flappers. And here we go. Nice job. Nice and quick. This is cardio. Heart rate has come up. Sweat rate has come up. We are getting this done today. We have burned some really good calories. We've gotten some really good muscle toning. Here we go with forward hinge arm flappers. Feet about hip width apart. Push your hips back while flapping those hands. Awesome. Nice and fast, getting those hands up overhead. And flapping. When it beeps, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest. Yes. And then we're gonna grab those dumbbells for our last strength exercise in the last circuit of our workout. You have really done a very good job. Feet just about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider if that feels comfortable. Pull your core in super duper tight. Think about a nice straight back. Push those hips back. Pull those hips forward. Push those hips back. And pull those hips forward. Feeling this work in your booty. It didn't get easier on round 3, did it? Those weights didn't get lighter on round 3, did they? But we are done. But we're not quite finished. I've got one final thing. Go ahead and keep those dumbbells in your hands. My friends, this not gonna be easy. We're gonna do some balance work. I'm gonna start with my left leg on the ground, balancing, bringing my right knee up towards my chest. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna stand on one leg. We're gonna do a side raise and then a biceps curl, staying on this same leg. Side raise and biceps curls. Remember how I warned you that the interval might seem real long? This is the one. When it beeps, we're gonna switch sides. Keep that knee as high as you can. I know, I fall out of this stuff too. Go ahead and switch sides. Side raise and biceps curl. Very nice. You guys, the next time it beeps is the last time it's going to. I'm gonna turn the timer off off. Ooh, and we're gonna do some cool down stretching when we are done with this exercise. And that was it. Oh my goodness, I am super, super proud of you. Let's go ahead and do some cooling down in almost the exact same way that we exercised, but much, much gentler. We're gonna do a side tap with a side raise. You can really feel, moving slower, you can feel that we can take in a nice deep breath, bringing that heart rate down. Still got your hands up overhead, but now it feels more like a stretch. When you're doing it more deliberately like this, rather than trying to do it for cardio, it feels different, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? I love to redo some of our earlier exercises as a cool down, because you can feel that your body responds differently when you are doing the same movement with a different purpose. When we are doing this as a cool down, as a stretch, you can really breathe deeper. You can really feel that stretch in your side. My goodness, where we did all kinds of work today, didn't we? I know. I did the work too. It felt great. Go ahead and have your feet nice and wide. We're just going to put your hands on your thighs. We're not trying to get any lower than this, but we're going to lean to one side and then lean to the other side. It means that one knee is bending while the other knee is straightening. You're thinking about keeping your hips back and your head up. We're not trying to bend over at any point during this cool down. My heart is pounding. I don't want to fall over or pass out. All we're doing is gently stretching the inner and outer thighs. We worked a lot in that lateral plane of motion today. Really nice to just stretch. Having your head up and your chest up helps you breathe. Don't want to curl down into this. We're still trying to take some nice big deep breaths. You did a really, really good job today. Now here on screen in just a couple of seconds, it might actually already be on there, I'm going to have a link to a really long, nice, gentle cool down stretch, all from a standing position, that'll really help you bring your heart rate back down and will feel like a really nice end to the workout. On the rest of the screen, down below, you're going to see the letter P. That's actually an invitation to take you over to Patreon. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to do some arm crossers. Oh, really squeezing though, really thinking about stretching. But that letter P stands for Patreon, which is a third-party website where you can make a monthly pledge, like my friend Anna, and it helps me make free workouts for all of us. And Anna, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. On the other side of the screen, you're going to see my face. That's a subscribe button. Be sure to click that before you go so that we can work out together again every time I upload a new workout. My friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.